Hey guys, Anthony here. It's December 24th, 2016. I've got the Solo Stove Lite and the Solo Stove Pot that I'm going to do a test on this morning here in Charlotte, North Carolina. As you can see here, I collected some firewood, some kindling, some bigger sticks there, pine cone. I want to do just enough to do the test. I've got some more there I didn't break up yet, but I'm going to set this stove up right here. We're actually parked here and right next to the bug out van, and so we'll get this stove set up and get the fire started and get our water on the boil and see how it works. Alright guys, so here is the stove and the pot outside of its box. So we have two stuff sacks, one for the pot and the stove combined, and then there's a separate one like I did in the other intro video, the unboxing video. The stove is in another stuff sack that's inside of the pot. We'll put our pot and lid aside. We'll get our stove out and we'll set up our fuel to start this off and get it going. Alright guys, what you could see that I'm doing is I'm putting some medium-sized sticks into the grill area down on the bottom, and then what I'm going to do is light my dryer lint and my smaller stuff on top of this, so when that starts burning, it kind of burns from the top down. So we'll see how that works. That's what they said to do with the stove directions. So that's what I'll do here, and then I've got my dryer lint that I could light up with either a match or a fire steel, and we'll see how this works. It's my first time using the stove, so I'm just experimenting. I'm going to use the Strike Fire fire steel and starter, and we got our pot, we got our water ready. This is the actual stove stand that we'll put on once we get the fire started, and then we could feed our wood right through this slot here to keep the fire going. So we'll leave that aside until we start it up. Alright, I've got my smaller wood ready here, so I'm gonna light the dryer lint, see how that goes. Dryer lint usually burns pretty fast. I got some of these small sticks right here. Hopefully they'll catch and kind of drop in there. I don't know. I got some leaves here also that I could put on just to get it going. Hopefully you guys could see that. I think you can. Pretty neat, guys, how this works, this stove. Plenty of leaves around here and dry grass that I could have collected too. I don't know how damp some of this stuff is. So let's let this catch on a little bit. Or actually, we'll just keep feeding it now, and since this is a test, we'll see how this goes. Some of these sticks sound like they're a little damp. Looks like they're catching though. How you guys doing? I got Teddy and Charlotte out here with me. We're doing this, you know, right outside here, close to the van, just as if we were kind of boondocking. Just blowing on that a little bit. Looks like it's going, guys. So let's let this burn down a little bit, and then we'll come back, put the stove stand on it, get the water in our pot. Alright, just want to show you the little, there's my pack, my water, my stove is going, here is my fuel, some of it, that I think what I'm going to need, and I'll back this up a little bit so we can get the pot on here. That's going pretty good, guys. Pretty good for just some dryer lint and a fire steel. So let's fill our water. Let's fill our pot 900 up with some water. We'll put about halfway, maybe 16 ounces of water for this test. So there you go, and hopefully you can see this. We've got about half the pot halfway full, you can see there, and we got our lid on it, and again we'll have our lid stay up on its own just like that. We'll put that aside until some of this gets some bigger wood on here. This thing is pretty hot. So, like it says in some of the videos, you got to keep feeding this thing. Just blowing on it a little bit, get it some air, and there it goes. Again, let's get it cranking, and then we'll put our stand on it and feed it from there. And guys, this is my first time using this, so you can see there. Alright guys, I'm going to put the stove stand on. There we go. Stove stand's on, and we're going to put the pot on right now. Okay. Try to give you some closer views. That's it set up right there. It is 10:20 a.m. 10:20 a.m. Alright guys, here's some closer views of the pot. Sitting on the stand and the stove going. Now you would feed your wood right in through there. So I'm going to feed some small pieces of wood in through there. Hopefully this will keep going. I'll give you a look in the top. Okay, we got about 16 ounces of water in there. There's your wood. You can see it catching there. Give you a little view from the side here. There's Charlotte. And there is my buddy Teddy. And again, that caught pretty quick. This is all real time here, guys, so just kind of going with the flow and from what I've seen on some other videos. So like I said, it's not something that you walk away from. You've got to tend to the fire, and that's one of the beauties of, you know, a live fire, is sitting by it and watching it and putting some more wood on, and just not in a rush, nothing hindering you, just you're out and about, and you're really just enjoying nature. So that's one of the beauties of this stove. No fuel hissing, no pressurized canisters going, just quietness of a flame burning and water beginning to bubble only after a few minutes. So this is not a speed test by any means. I'll definitely get this water boiling. I definitely got enough wood here in my pile to do that, and I got some more I could break up real quick if I had to. But for this test, and then once I get used to using the stove after a few times, I'll know how much wood to collect for what I want to boil up and what I want to make. So we'll be back in a few when this gets boiling. We put this on right at a little before 20 after 10. It's not even 25 after, so our water is already beginning to boil. And we didn't use too much wood either. A lot less than I thought. Pretty cool, guys. Pretty cool. This Solo Stove Lite and the Pot 900 I think are going to work out great as a, you know, as a solo kit or a 1 to 2 person kit. Just really nice. I like the way it's set up. I like the way it's built. I like the way it works. That gasification of the wood. So let's get a look in the top here and see our water. Give you guys a look from the top. And there you can see the water beginning to boil. So you know, if I put a few more pieces in here and get this going, it's pretty much red hot inside there. This is gonna boil, no problem. And you got some really hot embers down there. You know, if you had to get done with this pot and put another pot on top, you've already got a base going and keep this going. So there you go. Here's the lid. Again, you got to watch the flame licks up on these handles, so you don't want to just grab those haphazardly. I'll leave the lid off for a minute so you guys can see it. So be careful, have a bandana or something to wrap around the handles so you don't burn yourself when you pull the pot off the stove top there, which I'm going to do in a minute, and then show you a view of the wood from the top down. So my water is rapidly boiling now. Let me move the camera before it burns. Throws off some heat there, man. Back this up a little bit. Give you another view from this angle. another view. Water's boiling, guys. So whatever we were making, whether it was a dehydrated meal and some coffee or tea, we've got it going here, and we'd be good to go. So I'm going to take the pot off now that that's boiling and give you a look at the stove itself. We'll set that aside with the lid on it. Then we'll bring you over and show you the stove itself. You see it. The sticks that I put in are burning, so I'm going to let this burn down to ashes and let it cool down, because my main goal has been reached, and that was to test out the pot and the stove, the boil test. It is, you can see there, it's like 26 after 10. So, you know, we put it on right before 20. So, you know, 6-8 minutes, less than 10 minutes. If you had everything prepared prior, you collect your wood, have it staged, and you'd be good to go. Let's see what happens if I blow on this a little bit. All right. There you have it, guys. Pretty efficient burning that wood. It's burning down, falling into the bottom there through the grate. And so like I said, I'll let that burn down and cool down, and that'll be it. So I think all in all it was a good test today. And the Solo Stove Lite and the companion 900 milliliter or 30-ounce pot was a success. We'll have future vids, I'm sure, on this, and I'll get some more feedback as I use this more. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Stay ready. Merry Christmas also. Anthony signing off.